Hi, I'm Geoff Garrett. I'm Dean of the Wharton School, and I'm welcoming you all to this very special day. Welcome to our faculty and staff, our family and friends, parents and partners, but above all, welcome to the 2020 graduates of the Wharton School. We're living in unprecedented times. Indeed, I think they're unimaginable times. They're full of uncertainty, challenges, and anxieties. But amid all of our concerns, I think it's really important to remember two things. First, this is a great day of celebration, celebrating the massive achievement of our graduates and giving profound thanks to all the people who've made it possible and above all, their families. But the second thing I want you to remember is that the world needs you, our graduates, not only to help us get through the crisis, but also to chart the course to a better future for us all. Many of you have heard me use the phrase, more than ever Wharton. And I use it because I think it's true. I think it's true of everything about the Wharton School, and it's true about every one of you. The world needs you more than ever. You have my heartfelt congratulations for everything you've done and my deep gratitude for all you're doing and all you will do. Along with all of you, I so wish we were physically together today. There's nothing like the energy, the excitement, and above all, the love of a Wharton graduation ceremony. But today's unique. For most of you, this is your first graduation from Wharton, the world's first and I believe the world's best business school. This is certainly, however, a first, the first ever graduation of this great school not held in person, and I know we all hope it's the last. But this is also my last graduation as Wharton Dean, and that fills me with real sadness, but also great joy. It's been the greatest privilege of my professional career to be Dean of the school because of just what an amazing institution Wharton is. But it's also been my greatest pleasure because of all the incredible people who make up that Wharton institution, and that's not least our students. Now, neither you nor I could ever have imagined that our time at Wharton would end this way, even a few months ago. But here we are, making the best of things, making the most of everything we do, and after all, that is the Wharton way. The crisis has tested us all, not only as individuals, but also as leaders. And you're all leaders, and I'm so proud of everything you're doing to lead in these challenging times. You're leading in academic discussions, both inside and outside our now virtual classrooms. You're leading by connecting with your classmates who are scattered all around the world, and you're leading in your communities, not only at Wharton and Penn, but throughout your lives. I've been thinking a lot about what leadership means in these times, and I'm thinking about it as leading in uncertain times. And my number one reaction is to believe that we don't need anymore the kind of heroic leaders who say, "Trust me, I know the way, follow me." And the reason that's not going to work today is that none of us knows what's actually going to happen in the future. We all need others. So I have 3 suggestions about leadership, and they're all about bringing out the best in others. And of course, that is the core of leadership. So suggestion 1, be humble. You know, we're all smart people, and I know we work really hard, but none of us has all the answers. So I think leaders need to say that to everyone who works with and for them. I think I'm pretty smart, I know I work hard, but I don't have the answers and I need your help. Humility is a powerful human virtue. I think it's an incredibly important part of leadership. Second, be open. And by that, I don't only mean that we should be transparent and authentic, although those things are incredibly important. We don't want leaders who seem photoshopped, who focus group everything. We want open leaders. But there's a second challenge of openness in leadership right now that I would call explainer in chief. The world is a dizzyingly complex place. What we need is leaders who can unpack complexity and do so in a way that presents simple realities without being simplistic and without talking down to anybody. Explainer in chief we need, but it's really hard to achieve. My third leadership principle would be committed. And by that, I'm really thinking about the profound difference between younger generations today, Gen Z, millennials, and older people. Younger people, including all of you, our graduates, are just more mission-driven and purpose-oriented than anybody before. And you expect and demand of your leaders that we're the same way. You can't have a disconnect between leaders and the people who work with them. It's just not going to get us to where we need to go. So be humble, be open, be committed. Now, 2 pieces of advice for everyone thinking about us now, not just as leaders, but as human beings. The first one is just mindset. And, I think I'm an optimist by nature, but I know that we can't be naive optimists. We can't bury our head in the sands or have our eyes looking to the sky. We need to be realistic in our optimism. So optimism is a force of life. It keeps us moving, but we need to make sure that our optimism is realistic. Second thing is, we think a lot about focusing on our passions and doing things for the right reasons because we want to do them, and I endorse that 100%. But I think that kind of personal focus is just more powerful and more meaningful if we think about others at the same time. And here the 2 big words for me are empathy and compassion. Make sure that you can try always to see things from another person's perspective, to walk in their shoes. That's empathy. And then compassion is saying, if you can do something to improve the lot of other people, you should do it. So I think we all should be optimists, but let's be realistic. And of course, we should focus on our passions, but let's have lots of empathy and compassion to go along with it. Now, I can tell you that right now, my primary goal is to leave the Wharton School in the best possible shape for our incoming Dean, Erica James. And I want to let you know that the Dean transition is in full swing. I've spent many hours one-on-one with Erica and now additional hours in team meetings with her. I know the school is in great hands with Erica James, and I also know that the world is going to need Wharton going forward. The world needs Wharton because we need 2 things, I think. The first one is creative thinking about extraordinary challenges, out-of-the-box thinking, do things differently. Wharton's great at that. But we also need the core skill of a rigorous business school like Wharton, and I would call that the skill which is the discipline of turning ideas into outcomes that are going to matter, outcomes that are going to make the world a better place. I know that's why you came to Wharton. And it's why I've enjoyed so much watching you grow and flourish in your time at the school. And it's why I can't wait to see what you're going to do now that you're leaving. So on behalf of the entire school, I want to send you hearty and sincere congratulations. Congratulations to our 2020 graduates.
Hello, I'm Diana Robertson, Samuel A. Blank Professor of Legal Studies and Business Ethics, and Vice Dean of the Wharton Undergraduate Division, and proud to be your Vice Dean. None of us imagined this kind of send-off for you. We lost the opportunity to celebrate with you, to send you off in style. Instead, you left campus abruptly with little to no notice and preparation. You may not have had a chance to have that last coffee or last lunch or last party with your friends. Maybe you didn't even get to say goodbye to your friends. You experienced loss. You experienced disruption of everything that was normal. Normalcy was replaced by uncertainty. And no matter, we can accept this was the right decision, Penn needed to close. We understand that. But it's still a loss, and it's a painful loss for you. But we persevered. You persevered. Today we're here to celebrate. We're celebrating you. We're celebrating your accomplishments. We're celebrating with you and your friends and family and all the people who brought you to this moment. And celebrating that amazing Wharton spirit. As I listen to your stories since spring break, yes, I heard the loss. I heard what you lost, but I've also been thinking and been struck by what you gained. Some of you gained precious time with your families, time that will probably never reoccur. I know your families are happy about that. Some of you gained new interests, new books, new films, new exercise programs on YouTube or whatever. Some of you mastered new video games. Some of you discovered the opportunity to contribute to your hometown communities and your Wharton community. And some of you took a moment to pause from that hectic, busy life that you've been leading, and realizing that taking that moment to pause gave you the opportunity to reflect on what's really important to you. Some of you gained appreciation of yourself. As the existentialist philosopher Albert Camus expressed it so eloquently, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that there is an invincible summer." Whatever these last few weeks have meant for you, they do not and will not define your Wharton experience. Remember, you had over 3.5 years on campus. Think back to that day when you first set foot in Huntsman Hall. Who was that person? Who have you become? How have you changed? How have you developed? What new paths have you followed? And what has inspired you to follow those paths? Was it an impromptu conversation with a professor? Was it those late night discussions with your classmates who will become your lifelong friends? Was it that sense of community that you felt on Locust Walk, or that sense of the celebration of tradition at convocation or heyday, or maybe you threw toast at a Penn football game? But no matter what you experienced, when you look back on this time, reflect on what you have gained in terms of insight and how you have developed as a person. We are here to celebrate you and that person you have become. We are here to celebrate your story. Everyone has a story. You own your Wharton story, and it is a powerful one. I've listened to your stories, and I've been inspired by you. As we emerge from this global crisis, no one will be the same. You will have changed. I have faith that you will change for the better. I have faith that you will become more resilient, stronger, more thoughtful, more grateful, more purposeful, and kinder. The world evolves. You are thriving. You will thrive. You are our leaders. You are our future. Warmest congratulations to you, class of 2020, and let's all meet back on campus next year for that celebration. Thank you. And now we have a tribute video for you, the class of 2020.
Congratulations, class of 2020, we did it. The past 4 years have been absolutely incredible. So let's reminisce and take a look back with this video. We hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
From our first day in Huntsman Hall, freshman year, nervous at new student orientation, or our first day in Management 100 lecture with our cohort, we had no idea what knowledge we would acquire in the coming weeks, let alone years at this institution.
We questioned what we thought we knew about ourselves and one another. We contributed to a culture that embraces psychological safety, mutual respect, diversity, and inclusion. We developed adaptability, grit, and principle.
Joining us from around the world, the class of 2020 represents Wharton's diversity, not only in its geographies, but in who the members of our class are. They are Ivy League champions. They are founders of companies. They are future thinkers. They are people who lend you notes and listen to you work through problems, not just in problem sets, but in all parts of your life. They are the people who have made these last 4 years, the past quarter semester included, moments that we will never forget.
Now in hall and campus through, lift up your hearts and voices for the bottle red and blue. They're over as a crib.
Through it all, This crisis showed us the importance and value of our friendships and relationships, many of which we made during our 4 years at Wharton.
Wear the red and blue.
I hope you've enjoyed that reflection on your years at Wharton. And now I'm very pleased to present this year's winners of the Dean's Awards. The first award is the Dean's Award for Excellence, and it goes to Ilana Fortson. Ilana's from Anchorage, Alaska. She concentrated in finance and real estate at the Wharton School, as well as a minor in Hispanic Studies. She's been an incredible teaching assistant. She was a teaching assistant in the Introduction to Operations, Information and Decisions, and also Real Estate Development. And she was the head TA for the Advanced Corporate Finance class. Her passion is real estate. She was a member of the Wharton Undergraduate Real Estate Club and a research fellow at the Institute for Urban Research. And she created a real estate mentorship program between undergraduate and MBA students. In addition to all that, she has been a powerful force at TAMID, a student group fostering hands-on engagement with the Israeli economy. She produced the Israeli Startup Fair, the first ever TAMID Trek, and the first regional conference. Congratulations, Ilana. And now the Dean's Award for Service to Wharton, and there are two recipients. The first is Dave Joseph, who comes from Spanish Town, Jamaica. His concentrations were business analytics and social impact and responsibility. At Wharton, he was co-president of the Undergraduate Finance Club, a member of Penn First Plus, its student advisory board, and a member of the Wharton Junior Senior Advisory Board team. He was also a mentor in our fantastic STEP program, helping disadvantaged freshmen in their transition to Wharton. He's been a great supporter of the FIGLY, that is first-generation low-income community. He created belonging and community among FIGLY students, and he designed and implemented FIGLY Fridays, a fantastic initiative, and he's just improved resources and visibility for FIGLY at Wharton and at Penn. Congratulations, Dave. The second recipient for the Dean's Award for Service to Wharton is Tanu Bala. Tanu's hometown is Stamford, Connecticut, and as a student concentrating in our incredible dual degree program, Management and Technology, on the Wharton side with a concentration in marketing and operations and entrepreneurship, and then in engineering, a major in computer science. Tanu was heavily involved in the Wharton School in at least two ways. The first way was being a TA in Wharton 101, the gateway course that introduces all Wharton students to the 10 academic departments in the school. But second, as co-chair of the Wharton Council, the peak leadership body responsible for Wharton's myriad undergraduate student clubs. In terms of clubs, Tanu was really important in changing recruiting policies and practices at the Wharton School to make them friendlier to our first-year students. Meeting with dozens of club leaders and countless first-year students to understand the challenges of the recruitment process and to try to improve them. Some of the outcomes under Tanu's leadership for the Wharton Council include a universal deadline for our clubs, as well as implementing new student programming for every club. Students are now able to do so much more, not only inside different clubs, but across the school as a whole. We want to congratulate Tanu for your leadership on all things Wharton. And now the Dean's Award for Service to Penn and the Greater Philadelphia community, and the recipient is Karina Shah. Karina comes from New York, and she concentrated in finance and strategic management at the Wharton School, as well as acquiring a political science minor. At Wharton, she was a Wharton Research Scholar, a student fellow at Perry Worldhouse, a teaching assistant in finance, and an executive board member in the Wharton China Association. She's also a recipient of the prestigious Schwartzman Scholarship to study at Tsinghua University in Beijing. Her contributions in the community, however, have been immense. She founded the Ballot Z Project, an innovative voter education curriculum taught to 8 local high schools in the Philadelphia area. The goal of the program was to inspire and empower civic engagement among disadvantaged youth, incredibly important. She also worked with the Netta Center at Penn to create a new academically based community service course for all Penn students. Hearty congratulations, Karina, to you. And finally, the Dean's Award for Innovation, which goes to Ishar Seth. Ishar's hometown is Fort Worth, Texas. Ishar is a dual degree student at Wharton, studying our life science management program on the Wharton side with a focus on finance, and then in arts and sciences with a focus in molecular biology. Ishar has done incredible work in the health sciences as a research assistant in the Smilo Center for Translational Research and Ped Medicine, as president of the Penn Undergraduate Biotech Society, and as a senior consultant at Penn in the International Impact Consulting Club. A really specific contribution, though, that Ishar has made in the world of innovation is to found a company that has reinvented the catheter. Catheters are responsible for over 45,000 deaths each year due to bacterial infection and buildup. What Ishar did was to commercialize the IP of a Penn biology professor in a way that could change the world of catheterization. And for that, Ishar won the 2019 Penn Y Prize. Congratulations, Ishar.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce Karim al-Sewedy, the class of 2020 student speaker. Karim is from Cairo, Egypt. He concentrated in marketing and operations management and entrepreneurial management and systems engineering in the School of Engineering. He's also the 2020 class president. Welcome, Karim.
Thank you, Vice Dean Robertson. Dear members of the Wharton class of 2020, something big is coming, and it will be more impactful, more transformative, and more beautiful than anything you or I have ever seen before. I'd like to call this our Renaissance period. In spirit and in reality, the original European rebirth was a time much like today. No TikTok, but a group of newly minted scholars and an expanded sense of possibility. You see, in this time, our entire worlds have been flipped upside down. Every single thing we know has been broken down in one way or another. Our political systems, our economy, our culture, our values, ourselves. And all of it will be rebuilt and reinvented from the ground up. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know who. You, us, we, the Wharton class of 2020, have the blessing of being the Da Vinci's and Galileos of this Renaissance. The world will become a harvesting ground for ideas, just waiting for us to break through to those innovations. I've realized that the values we've learned at Wharton have prepared us for this journey to come. I've summed them up and of course put together an acronym. I mean, I am a marketing concentration after all, and besides the 4 P's and 5 C's, what have I learned really? This acronym is one ingrained in all of us by now. GSR. GSR. First, G is to give. Beyond giving our professors a hard time, Wharton students have learned to give back generously and selflessly. From staying up all night to help friends and strangers with interviews, to mentoring younger students at Penn and in Philly. From here on out, may you give more and more, because even if your banking job doesn't convey it to you, your time is valuable. And I guarantee you now more than ever, people in this world need it. So give your time wholeheartedly and give it purposefully. Second, S is to struggle. As Wharton students, through our success came many more struggles. Looking past the all-nighters in Huntsman, and of course not past 2 a.m. anymore. With the right perspective, struggling should be viewed as an opportunity to develop grit and build character. All too often we seek safety over the incomparable learning that comes from failure. This is the time to take risks and climb mountains. What's to come is unknown to me and to you, but to struggle is inevitable, so embrace it and learn from it. And finally, R is to reflect. As the world around us rapidly evolves, the best thing we can do is be thoughtful about the future and reflect. Whether it's by journaling or simply scrolling through Snapchat memories, we've all reflected in one way or another. I challenge you to take it a step further, dig deep, and be vulnerable. with yourself and your loved ones about who you are, how you've grown, and where you hope life will take you. To be introspective about what you do and do not like about your world and be able to make a change is a privilege, so use it. Regardless of whether you were a GSR or a QSR kind of person, it's time for all of us to get kicked out and personify GSR. Tomorrow we begin creating, but today we focus on celebrating. Congratulations, class of 2020. On your marks, get set, Renaissance.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations, class of 2020.
You did it. You made it.
It's been a privilege to work with you over the years and to see all of your accomplishments.
I so wish we could be celebrating in person. You all deserve so much more.
And remember, this is not a goodbye, but this is, I'll see you soon.
And a special shout out to the seniors of Wharton STEP.
Warmest congratulations from all of us in the Wharton Undergraduate Division, also known as G95.
You do great.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
Hurrah for the red and blue.
Once again, warmest congratulations, Wharton class of 2020. Now it is my pleasure to introduce today's final speaker, Sam Lundquist, who is the Vice Dean for External Affairs.
Congratulations, Wharton Class of 2020. I'm Sam Lundquist, Vice Dean of External Affairs at the Wharton School. Today is the first day of the rest of your life as a Wharton alumni. And the External Affairs team works hard to keep you connected to the school. We do it by keeping the global Wharton network alive and strong for you. It's 100,000 alumni in 153 different countries around the world. And we have 76 alumni clubs ready to serve you no matter where you go after graduation. This is why you chose Wharton. The alumni community is more important than ever before, so please engage. The Wharton brand is now part of your personal brand, so use it well. Congratulations, and see you in Philadelphia as soon as possible.